Hello everyone, I am Rheynely Gamarcha, your English 8 teacher for today. And now, we are going to go over your English 8, Quarter 3, Module 2, entitled Analyzing Intention of Words or Expressions Used in Propaganda Techniques. Let us learn. In the previous activity sheets, you were ushered to the different grammar rules, especially the 8 parts of speech. Learning to construct sentences that are grammatically correct is very important. We tried to learn how to construct grammatically correct sentences and use adjectives, which are skills needed for effective oral and written communication. To begin, please prepare the following items: a pen, a module, a sheet of paper, or a notebook. In this module, what you have learned from the past lessons, specifically using descriptive words in sentences, will be very helpful. You will rediscover the importance of using descriptions this time, and propaganda techniques, devices, or strategies. As you go through this lesson, you are expected to: Number 1. Analyze the intention of words or expressions used in propaganda techniques. Number 2. Recall knowledge about propaganda techniques. And number 3. Explain intentions in underlined words, expressions, or end statement. Are you excited to get moving? Let us try. Look closely at the picture or image. Try to answer the questions that follow. Question number 1. What is the picture all about? Question number 2. As a consumer, shall you buy the product based on its way of advertising? Why? And number 3. What particular propaganda technique is used in the ad? Explain your answer. After reading the questions, write your answers on a separate sheet of paper and submit it to your teacher. Oops! You seem to have an idea on what you will be learning in this module. Let us study. Read and understand the short advertisements below. Luxury paint and PVC piping. Celebrities perform a range of different social, cultural, and political functions. In Burma, their social and cultural roles are no different. Though they have the added burden maintaining an identity within a politically repressive and highly media-controlled society. In this environment, advertising provides celebrities with a short-term financial reward and an opportunity to further promote their brand image. Though some actors have used their fame to voice criticism against junta policies. Most see advertising in practical terms of maintaining a career. Many live near the relatively small Yangon CBD, in some of the few middle-class, by Burmese standards, suburbs where they find it difficult to maintain anonymity. It is not uncommon to see singers and actors in the street, during social encounters, or even whilst they are shooting a new TV commercial. The localness of famous people in Burma, in this sense, gives their patronage an extra sense of familiarity in advertising work. You have seen on the screen an example of a propaganda. There are evidences presented in the picture which promote and help spread ideas or information regarding the product. Propaganda can be utilized too in text, passages, or even literary selections. On the other hand, adjectives can likewise add appeal to ads. For the following questions, you will be going to write your answers in a separate sheet of paper. For question number 1, what propaganda strategies were used in the advertisements? For number 2, how were they integrated in the ad copies? And for number 3, would you buy the said products? Why or why not? Provide reasons. In number 4, what words or part of speech were or was utilized in the advertisement? And for number 5, how did these words make the ads more effective? Specific words were used in relation to the propaganda strategies used. People will really buy the said products because of the strategies used that convince consumers to use the products. Descriptive words or adjectives were applied. These words made the ads more colorful with description. Propaganda, publicity to promote something, information put out by an organization or government to promote a policy, idea, or cause. Misleading publicity, deceptive or distorted information that is systematically spread. These are the basic propaganda strategies. Number 1, bandwagon. It means persuading consumers by telling them that others are doing the same thing. See the example on the screen. Number 2, testimonial. When a product is sold by using words from famous people or authority figures. Example, famous basketball player LeBron James to advertise a fast food chain to get people to eat there. Number 3, transfer. When a product is sold by the name or picture of a famous person or thing but no words from the said person or thing. See the example on the screen. The ad is based on the idea that Shaq is a famous basketball player known for being a powerful bruiser on the court, as well as dominant superstar, and has clearly dealt with pain throughout his career. Therefore, he is an expert on what works. Number 4, repetition. When the product's name is repeated at least 4 times in the ad. See the example on the screen. Look at the example of number 5. That is emotional words. Those are words that will make a consumer feel strongly about someone or something or used. Let us discuss propaganda devices. Propaganda is a form of communication that is aimed at influencing the attitude of a community towards some cause or position by presenting only one side of an argument. Propaganda is usually repeated and dispersed over a wide variety of media in order to create the chosen result in audience attitudes. Propaganda techniques are subtle ways that people and the media use to persuade others. Propaganda is intended to make us accept or approve something without looking closely at the evidence. Most of the propaganda devices utilize emotion and avoid critical thinking. Here are some of the common propaganda devices. Number 1, card stacking. The strategy of showing the product's best features, telling half-truths and omitting or lying about its potential problems. Example, drug manufacturers do this frequently in ads in which they skim over the possible harmful side effects of their products. Facts are selected and presented which most effectively strengthen and authenticate the point of view of the propagandist. Number 2. Name calling. The use of names that evoke fear or hatred in the viewer. The name calling technique links a person or idea to a negative symbol. The most obvious type of name calling involve bad names. For example, racist, dictator, communist, and etc. Number 3. Plain folks. The use of everyday people to sell a product or services. Speakers and ads appear to make the person to be one of the people. Example, America's recent presidents have all been millionaires, but they have gone to great lengths to present themselves as ordinary citizens. Bill Clinton eats at McDonald's. Ronald Reagan chops wood. Number 4. Gittering Generalities. The act of referring to words or ideas that evoke a positive emotional response from an audience. Virtue words are often used. Example, food products will quickly label their foods as low-fat, hinting that they are healthier, when in fact the product might be high in calories. Advertisers will sometimes give an incomplete comparison like better tasting. Better tasting than what? Spam? Dirt? And number 5, soft soap. Flattery or insincere compliments designed to get the audience on the side of the speaker. Example, I love visiting you folks in Bohol, where the people are wholesome, hardworking, and family-centered. You all know what works in your province better than Metro Manila. How are you doing so far? Are you learning on your exercises? This time, let us get back to the propaganda devices, strategies, techniques above, and understand better their use. Let us practice. Instructions. Identify the propaganda device used in each item. Choose from the following: card stacking, name calling, or soft soap. Write your answer on the space provided before each number. Number 1. Senator Ramos is a tax and spend liberal. President Santos is an elitist who's in the pocket of big oil companies. Number 2. Secure, safe, and stable. That's the advantage of a Togofa. No other car on the road is as reliable. Number 3. Bar charts of differing tax programs presented side by side. Number 4. No true Filipino would vote to take away our rights by outlawing hunting. And number 5, don't let those bunny hoggers take away our right to hunt. And now, let's check your answers. The correct answers are the following. Number 1, name calling. Number 2, card stacking. Number 3, card stacking. Number 4, soft soap. And number 5, name calling. Did you get all the correct answers? Right? Well, I guess you did. How did you find the previous activities? Were they confusing? Do not worry. This next activity can help you. Let us practice more. Instructions. Identify the device in the propaganda used in each of the following situations. Write your answer on the space provided for. Number 1. If you want to spend the night at a friend's house, and you tell your parents that your friend's parents will be home, that you'll be in bed by 10 p.m., and that your friend isn't allowed out of the house after dark, but fail to mention that your friend is allowed to watch R-rated movies. if your parents don't allow them. Number 2. Juan de la Cruz needs you to fight all the bullies in the world. Number 3. Buy Coca-Cola now in new king-size bottle. Number 4. It's a great honor to talk to the talented students, the cream of the crop. This new batch of graduates will definitely bring a difference in our country. Congratulations! Number 5. A brand of snack food is loaded with sugar and calories. The commercial boasts that the product is low in fat, which implies that it is also low in calories. Let's find out the correct answers. Number 1. Card stacking. Number 2. Plain fox. Number 3. Glittering generalities. Number 4. Soft soap. And number 5. Card stacking. Did you get a perfect score? Then you are amazing. Let us remember, propaganda is a form of communication that is aimed at influencing the attitude of a community towards some cause or position by presenting only one side of an argument. Propaganda is usually repeated and dispersed over a wide variety of media in order to create the chosen result in audience attitudes. Propaganda is intended to make us accept or approve something without looking closely at the evidence. Most of the propaganda devices utilize emotion and avoid critical thinking. Propaganda techniques are subtle ways that people and the media use to persuade others. Oops, we are not done yet. Please do the activity below to check how far you have understood the lesson. Are you ready? Good luck. Let us assess. Instructions. Identify the intention for each underlined expression or add below. Give reasons or explain your answer. Number 1 is done for you. Number 1. The roles of women in Philippine dramas are stereotyped. The answer for number 1 is already given, which is to show the impression on the roles of women. Number 2. Men who drink beer are macho. Number 3. Don't be left out. Join the bandwagon. Number 4. I recommend walking as the best exercise. And number 5. Why go for less when you can get more? This time, let's check your answers. Number 1 is done for you. Number 2, the answer is beer drinking is associated with machismo. For number 3, the answer is to convince buyers to be part of the group. Number 4, the answer is encourage safest exercise. And for number 5, the answer is the practical and thrifty way to buy. Did you get all of the right answers? Very good. And now, it is your turn to apply the different propaganda techniques in your own sentences. Again, do not worry, because what is important is you understood their uses. If you keep on using them, you will eventually be good at them. Let us enhance. Instructions. Choose your most favorite product. Example, shampoo or shoes and etc. Advertise it to your friends to convince them to subscribe to or use the product. Bear in mind that there are 2 ways to promote your product. First, using propaganda devices. And second, presenting the whole truth. Present it to your teacher by uploading your video to his or her messenger. What are you waiting for? Go and try! When creating your advertisement, follow the template shown on the screen. Class, your output will be graded using this rubric. Let us reflect. Learning how and when to use the different propaganda techniques, strategies, or devices. that can help improve your skills in persuading and convincing in written and oral communication. You will easily persuade others if you use descriptive words and appropriate propaganda techniques in your sentences, whether it is written or in oral form. Your knowledge about propaganda techniques will help you understand the biases of certain advertisers and even politicians. Inadequate knowledge about using these techniques will lead others to confusion and doubt on what idea you are trying to share and convey. Do not worry if sometimes you find it hard to use and understand each propaganda technique, strategy, device, because it will take time for you to master it. What is important is that you are learning and are willing to improve yourself. It looks like you are through with this module. Congratulations for actively engaging in the different activities prepared for you. And that's all for today. Again, this is Teacher Rheynely S. Gamarcha saying, see you next!